Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Okay, so today I will give a lecture for Industrial Power System course for topic 1 that entitled Plant Planning and Power Demand. Okay, this is the first part of this topic. Okay, here is the outline for this topic. The first one is plant distribution system 1.1, and then 1.2 voltage and frequency considerations, 1.3 types of plant distribution networks, 1.4 power demand and load estimation, and lastly 1.5 transformer sizing. Okay, now we go to 1.1, overview of electric power system. Okay, for electric power system, there are three parts, which are generation system, transmission system, and distribution system. So for generation and transmission, you already learn in GTD course. Okay, for this IPS, we can just cover for distribution system, but only focusing on industrial customer only. There are three types of distribution, which are residential, commercial, and industrial. But for IPS, we just cover industrial power system for 11 to 275 kV. Okay, we can see here that industrial customer is connected directly to transmission substation. Okay, this is the example of plant distribution system. We can see here from incoming utility service connected to MV switchgear. MV stand for medium voltage, and then connected to LV secondary unit substation. Okay, here is the PFC. PFC is the power factor correction. Okay, this is important to make sure that our system is regulated for 0.85 power factor. And then from the LV secondary unit, this one is LV connected to all the load. Okay, this is the load for industrial. We can see here is the computer. This one is computer, and then we have harmonics loads, panel board, and then we have LV switch board, and then we have motor. This one is motor. M represent for motor. Mostly in industrial, there are so many motors that connected to the substation. And then we have power factor correction. This is important to make sure that our power factor is 0.85 and above, because when you use motor, there are so many harmonics and disturbance, and it will affect the power factor reading. Okay, next we go to planning distribution system. Okay, for power system planning, here is the power system planning. There are three parts, which are power system concept, network calculation, and ratings. Okay, the first part is power system concept, focusing on analysis, selection of the network, configuration, type of connection to ground, and technical features. For network calculation, there are load flow analysis, short circuit calculation, and energy balance. For load flow and short circuit calculation, student already learn in utilization course. Okay, next is rating. Okay, there are four item that we have to calculate the rating. The first one is transformer, and then cables, protective or switching device, and lastly is provision for redundant supply. Okay, next, this is the planning distribution system. Okay, we just focus on the industrial itself, this one. Okay, there are 3 items which are features. This one is the features, and then the requirement, and lastly is the action taken. Okay, for example, mainly motors load. Here, mainly motors load. Okay, the requirement is high power quantities required per area. So the action is bus bar trunking system. Okay, next is minimize downtimes, and the requirement is high reliability of supply, and action is redundant supply mesh electrical network. Next, different process. Okay, so the action is selective grading. Okay, an optimum network configuration should particularly meet the following requirements. First is simple structure, and second one is high reliability of supply. Third is low losses, and fourth is favorable and flexible expansion option. So all the planning must cater all the 4 items. Okay, this is the industrial distribution system. Okay, we can see this is the sequence. The first one is the utility power outside switchgear, and this is the building, and the utility power, this one is outside from the building. Okay, then this connect. This one is inside the building and connected to transformer, okay, to step down the voltage, and then from transformer connected to switchboard, this one. Okay, from the switchboard there are connected off load for motor control and also the lighting panel box. Okay, a distribution system deal with the distribution of electrical energy to its specific loads, and the main purpose of planning first is to make the system economical, cost effective, and second one is to minimize power losses and maintain regulation within permissible limits, and load survey and load forecasting of the area are necessary to make sure that the supply is enough to cater the load. Okay, for the purpose of forecasting load, and prospective consumer may be categorized as follows: domestic, commercial, and industrial. So we just focusing on the industrial itself, this one for industrial consumer. For small industries, medium industries, large industries, municipal consumer, for street lighting, waterworks, parking, and so on, and agriculture consumers, and mining industries. So we have to know what types of industrial itself before we go to forecasting load. Okay, this is the layout of distribution system. We can see here there are 3 parts. The first one is primary substation, step down to secondary substation, and then step down to distribution substation. There are several transformers, this one transformers for distribution substation, which cater the different types of load. Okay, for industrial consumer, it isolated from the other consumer because it use their own voltage without sharing with other consumer. Okay, this is the explanation of layout of distribution system for the previous diagram. We can see that most domestic, commercial and small scale industrial consumer receive power at low voltage for single phase 240 volt or 3 phase 415 volt, and for large scale consumer having load is in excess of 100 kilowatt by bulk power at 11 kV and above. Okay, for large scale consumer, example like crane at port. Okay, the crane use 11 kV directly from the distribution system. Okay, next is planning for connection. The first is supply at low voltage of 240 and 415. This one is for single phase and 3 phase system. Okay, first one we have to know what is the maximum power requirement, and the power is in kVA, and then types and number of equipment and its corresponding connected capacity also in kVA. And then shunt connected reactors and capacitor. Okay, because of reactor and capacitor, so the load is in kVAR. This one And then next is for single phase 240 motors with rating of greater than 6 kVA and or 3 phase 415 volt motors with rating greater than 75 kVA. Okay, rating, we have to know what is the rating in horsepower for aircon or kVA for other loads. Second is type of control equipment. Third is method of starting and starting current. The fourth is frequency, and last one is the rated power factor. And lastly is the voltage sensitivity load. Okay, next we go to higher voltage, which cover 275 kV, 132 kV, 33 kV, 22 kV, 11 kV and 6.6 kV. Okay, there are two types of load. The first one is for all types of load. Okay, we have to make sure and we have to know what is the maximum active power consumption in kilowatt. So this one is real power. And the second one is we have to know what is the maximum reactive power consumption in kVAR. This one is Q. Okay, reactive power. Okay, next we have load for motor. Okay, there are some requirements that we have to take into account. The first one is type of control equipment. Okay, and then we have to know what methods of starting. There are several methods of starting the loads, the motor loads. And we have to know what is the magnitude and duration of the starting current. And next, we have to know what is the frequency of starting number per hour. And then we have also know about under voltage setting and time. And also we have to know what is the negative phase sequence protection. And lastly, we have to know what is the sub-transient and or lock rotor reactance of the motor. Okay, next, planning for connection for non-linear loads with harmonic current injection. We have to take into consideration for harmonic current, this one, harmonic current spectrum, including harmonic number and corresponding maximum current. And for fluctuating loads, we have to take into consideration of the rates of change for active power and reactive power, and the shortest repetitive time interval between fluctuation, and also the magnitude of the largest step change in active power and reactive power. Okay, for voltage sensitive load, we have to take into consideration for steady state voltage tolerance limit, intrinsic immunity limits to short duration voltage variation, transient voltage tolerance limits, and also harmonic currents emission limit for equipment. And for shunt connected reactors and capacitor, we have to take into consideration for configuration and size of individual banks, type of switching and control equipments, and type of harmonic filtering reactors. So all the elements we have to take into consideration for planning. Okay, next we go to 1.2, World Voltage and Frequency Standard. Okay, we can see that this is the globe for world globe. Okay, we can see that the blue color is one mostly covered in the Asia. Okay, the voltage is 2202240 for single phase, and the frequency is 50 Hz. Okay, and then for red color, this one at Europe, okay, the voltage is 100 to 127 volt, and the frequency is 60 Hz. And the blue, light blue, this one, the voltage is same with Asia, 2202240, this one, but the frequency is 60 Hz. And then from this country, I'm not sure which country, and the voltage is 100 to 127 volt, and the frequency is 50 Hz. Okay, this is the IEC voltage standard, which refer to IEC 600-38 edition 7.0. Okay, we can see that there are two parts, which is 3-phase 4-wire or 3-wire system. Nominal voltage usually use 50 Hz or 60 Hz. And then we have single phase 3-wire system, and the frequency is 60 Hz. Okay, the value here, the value of 230 to 400 volt is the result of the evolution of 220/380 volt and 240/415. Okay, this one referred to Malaysian. 240 for single phase and 415 for 3 phase. Okay, next, voltage and frequency considerations. Okay, this is the table for voltage criteria, and we can see that there are two conditions, which is steady state voltage fluctuation for normal condition. Okay, so for normal condition, we have this one is for 3 phase and single phase, and the percentage of variation is 10 and 5%. Okay, and then we have 6.6, 11 kV, 22 kV, this one, 33 kV, and the percentage of variation is plus minus 5%. Okay, and then for 132 kV up to 275 kV, this one for transmission. Okay, the percentage of variation is negative 5% and plus 10. Okay, next we go to table for steady state voltage fluctuation for contingency condition. Okay, this one is for contingency condition. We can see that for distribution, this one, distribution, 3 phase and single phase, the percentage variation is plus minus 10%. And for 6.6 kV up to 33 kV, the percentage variation is plus 10 and minus 10%. And 132 kV and 275 kV, the contingency condition, percentage variation is plus minus 10%. Okay, this is the supply voltage option. Okay, so this is the characteristics of the voltage for low voltage, medium and high voltage. First we go to low voltage. We can see that there are 3 types here. Okay, first one is single phase. This one single phase, 2 wire. The supply voltage is 240. Okay, and then the load is 12 kVA maximum demand. Okay, for 3 phase, 4 wire, okay, the voltage is 415 volt. Okay, and then the load is up to 45 kVA maximum demand. Okay, and then the last one is 3 phase, 4 wire, but there are CT metered. Okay, the voltage is 415. Okay, and then the load is up to 1000 kVA maximum demand. Basically for this load, okay, the example for load is for heater, and then there are some additional safety precaution for that load. Okay, next is medium and high voltage. Okay, there are 3 category. Okay, the first one is 3 phase, 3 wire and 11 kV for load of 1000 kVA maximum demand and above. Okay, and then 3 phase, 3 wire, the voltage is 22 kV or 33 kV. Okay, the load is 5000 kVA maximum demand and above. And the last one is 3 phase, 3 wired. The voltage is 66 kV, 132 kV and 275 kV. And the load is above 25 MVA maximum demand. Basically for the last one is referred to the transformer rated. Usually 25 MVA and then 50 MVA. Okay, so this one is focusing for the last one is focusing for generation pipe. Okay, this is the voltage and frequency consideration. Okay, the 4 frequency criteria. There are 2 value for frequency. The first one is 50 Hz plus minus 1%. This is for European standard. And the second one is 60 Hz plus minus 1%, which referred to US standard. And for Malaysia, we use European standard, which is 50 Hz plus minus 1%. Okay, thank you for your attention. Okay, we will continue our lecture for topic 1 for the next part 2. Thank you.